everybody. So in this time, we're going to look at Introduction to Quantum Mechanics by Griffith, especially chapter 1.3. In this case, we're talking about probability, which is very important in quantum mechanics because, of course, as you can probably already realized, everything that we talk about in this book is never going to be a certain value, but it's always going to be a probability. So first of all, let's define what is probability. Well, the book goes through a pretty simple example in which we have different people with different ages. It says one person 14, one person 15, three people 16, two people 22, two people 24, and five people 25. So what is the chances of you, for example, taking, let's do a different example one the book says, 24. Well, we know that there's two people out of how many? Well, 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5, which is going to be equals to 14, is going to be equals to 1, 7. So the chances of you randomly picking a person that is 24 out of this group is 1, 7. Now, in order to do this, we do a pretty we have a formula that we can do, probably already seen in statistics if you have taken that class. The probability of a certain chance, so it's called J, is going to be equals to the number of our chances J over the total chances. So, to say it clearly, I would like to write it this way, and J over sum of, I say J equals to 1 to n, so the number of people with different ages we have, n j. So for example, if we pick the age, let's see, 25, we have 5 people, means that n j on top is going to be equals to 5, and on the bottom we're going to have the sum of the people with all different ages. So starting from here, again, 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 is going to be equals to, again, 14. So we're going to have 5 over 14, and that is our chances of getting randomly somebody with the age of 25 out of this group. Now, how do we do this? Well, we are going to have something, we're going to have a notation that is very particular. So this notation is similar to the bracket notation. So we're going to have, for example, this value, I'm going to call it J, I'm going to keep it stick as the book says. This one is the average value of J. This side arrows means that we're talking about the average value of this. So in our case, it's going to be equals to, to the sum of J times n of J divided by n. Or, put simply, sum of J equals to 0 to infinity, we're talking about J times Pj. And where does Pj come from? Well, Pj is actually the probability of you picking a person. So, for example, Pj, the sum of all the Pj's is going to be equals to 1. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means that if you were to pick a person, you would, with 100% certainty, pick a person with a certain age. This sounds weird to say, but it's, I think, the easiest way to think about this. So, if, for example, I'd say Pj is the chances of me picking a person with a certain age in a certain group. As you can see, this is a formula that we've already seen before, actually, Pj. Now, what are all the chances added together? Well, let's say we have, if we were to pick a person with 14-year-old, we would take 1 out of 14. 15-year-old, 1 out of 15. 16-year-old will be 3 out of 16. 22 will be 2 out of, sorry, why am I adding together? 2 out of 14, because we always have 14 people, and so on and so forth. So we will get 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 5 over the total number of people that we have, which is 14, and we have 14 over 14, which is equals to 1. So the chances of you picking a person with an age in this group is 1 or 100%. That is all this means. So in our case, the average value of j will be our j multiplied by the sum of all the chances of picking a person with a certain age. Well, sorry, with an age. So now we're going to look at another value that in this case is the j squared. Now this is different than the average value squared, because in this case we're not talking about, let's take this one right here and let's square it. These two things are, sorry, okay. These things are different. So if we take the first one is going to be equal to a different formula, which is going to be equal to the sum of j starting from 0 to infinity always, j squared times p j. And this is different. I'm going to write it exactly like we did before. Then this, which is, like we said before, would be this value right here, simply, oops, use this in color, simply squared. And that is all that you need to remember.